This is a review video for Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple OVA 4, 5, 6, and 7, a 4-episode OVA video. Um, there was no kind of big not safe for work kind of bits in there. There's a little like pretty hardcore fan service, nearly not safe for work for one scene, but it's pretty safe. Yeah, minus like a one scene or maybe two scenes, but like I said, it's OVAs, so if you're worried about people watching your screen or something like that, like in public transport, then I would probably consider not watching this. It's entirely up to you though. Just fair warning. Anyways, click away now in the description below to go watch my reaction and come back here to see my full thoughts, ideas, and theories about these episodes. And yeah, so click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in these OVAs. Okay. So I'm just gonna be quick about this because I don't know. I don't really have that much to say in terms of what I'm looking for, basically, or what I can expect from like the next episodes or OVAs. But it was cool to see Appa's like origin story. Well, not like origin story, but like how he got into uh, the dojo from uh, the elder, basically going to rescue some kids and stuff and help with uh, mercenaries, basically, and then finding that they're like their top person or whatever happened to be Appa. So that was really cool to see that kind of like backstory kind of bit with them. I would like to see more of his backstory, like when he was in the cage fights kind of thing, or whatever the arena fights that we talked about before, and like way back in the like I can't remember which episode it was, but they were talking about how he was like in death fights, basically like battles to death, basically. Like every hit was supposed to kill, and that was like Appa's grounds. Like he was in those fights. So I would like to see more of that, like how he got into that, like what brought him into that, how he got out, kind of thing like that. Um, that would be really cool. We got to see some more, some little Miu with the elder as well. She's like kicking ass and everything too as well, like on the boat. It was really funny. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, we got see some new bad guys and everything, and they're I guess they're hideout at this point right now. Some kind of yacht or something like that out in the water. The whole dark dojo versus our dojo, the light dojo, whatever. You can definitely see like the opposites, right? Like our dojo is very simplistic and not a lot of money. You know, they're counting money, making sure they have enough for, rent and all that kind of stuff. And then the dark dojo has like a plethora of money and like all this kind of stuff. Our dojo uses their techniques and fighting styles for the betterment of mankind, and that kind of thing, like helping people out. Theirs is probably assassinations and battles and that kind of thing. So that's probably where they got their money from. Like I'm sure our dojo doesn't get that much money from their helping out because they're charity kind of thing in a way. Um, but the dark dojo, the enemy, they are probably earning a lot of freaking money from doing all their assassinations and whatever they're doing. Basically, so they're earning a lot of money doing that. So you can definitely see like the different sides. But they both sides have a Miu. Basically, we have a Miu on our side, and then they have the Angel guy on their side. And that was a pretty interesting episode when they first met. How they figured out that they both kind of have the same skill set, basically in a way. So it'd be cool to see more about him. I mean, we're obviously going to see more about him because we've been seeing a lot about him already. So maybe it's gonna be interesting to see how everything ends up on the final OVA. I don't see them completing this whole like war between the dojos. I don't see them completing that in 4 episodes. Like they could, but I'm not sure. I could definitely see them only getting through like one or two of the leaders, maybe like maybe two of the Dark Dojo leader guys. But I don't consider them or consider the entire war to subside or stop like after these 4 episodes. Like because I don't. I guess the war it's disciple versus disciple. So it's Kenichi versus Angel Guy or whatever. Um, so I guess it can show a fight between them to finish off like the OVAs. But I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I can see a lot of things happening. That's why I'm not like 100% on like what could happen. Um, but we got to see some new Russian people. We got a Russian disciple with their Russian master who just arrived. So that was pretty interesting. The Russian guys are pretty hardcore. It's hilarious. I love the Russian disciple, the guy who was fighting Kenichi, the general dude or whatever you want to call him. Or he's a disciple, but yeah. It was hilarious that the part where he was like seeing his men like drop out like radio silence kind of thing, like screaming in their earphones and all kinds of stuff, and he like kind of chuckles to himself, and his ally next to him he just chuckled. Like, why are you chuckling? That was pretty great, like that whole sequence. Um, but yeah, it was a cool fight, and now we're basically to the point where it's go time. They're ready for war, basically. Our side is now ready for war. Because before it was all the enemy's side, like preparing and doing all this kind of stuff to defeat our dojo. So now that the Russians came in and like attempted to deal with our dojo and failed horribly, the the die has been cast. The hat has been flung into the arena, kind of thing. Whatever kind of analogy you want to go by. Our dojo is now in the war. So it's going to be interesting to see how it ends. Basically, the OVAs, how it ends, and everything. Like I said, I know the I said in my redirect or my reaction itself. But I know that there's more after the OVAs. I know there's more in the manga and everything, which I will read on my own, and I'll do a couple of videos, maybe one. I'm not sure how many chapters there are or whatever of the manga that I haven't heard about anything. I just know that there is more to it after the OVAs. Anyways, I might do a couple of videos of like reviews, kind of periodically. I don't think it'll be any kind of set schedule. It'll just be any kind of like any free time I have kind of thing that I can go and read some chapters or whatever. I'll read them and then do like a review of the ones I read, that kind of thing. Or I could do a big batch and then do that kind of thing, depending on how many chapters there are, kind of thing. But that's kind of what I'm planning to do after we finish the OVAs and everything. So yeah, I think that's it. If there's anything I missed in this very short redirect, leave a comment down below, and I'll talk with you down there. Obviously, no spoilers for future content that we have not seen. If you do spoil something, my moderators and everything like that will delete your comment, and I will never see your comment and read your comment. So do not do it. That's messed up. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week for the finale of Kenichi, the Mightiest. Take care, everybody. See ya.